Hello and welcome to Podcast Untitled. Joining me is Dom Yeager. I'm Austin Davidson. He couldn't finish the intro, so here I am.
You just doxed us.
I did.
Austin, you doing good today? This fine night?
Doing fantastic. The locusts are out. The plague is coming.
So you're
The four horsemen are here.
You're very intense. I'm trying to match your energy. I don't quite have it in me.
You have to squeeze really hard.
You get real tight and tense there.
My knees are weak and my palms are sweaty. Okay?
Something on your shirt there.
I think it's spaghetti.
If you can't tell, we're fucking dorks. And I feel like we're not shy about it. We play a lot of tabletop games. And one of the things we love that I always have to tell people, like, no, you don't get it. It's pretty dope. It's not, like, just a nerdy thing. But, like, Dungeons and Dragons is... We don't play a lot anymore because it's hard to get in groups together. We definitely would if we were able to. We've had so much fun playing that game. But we definitely play it, to be fair, in a way where, like, real...
The rest of the community wouldn't be happy.
Real hardcore Dungeons & Dragons players probably like hate us, like the ones that... I'm sure a lot of them would think it's the way we play.
Yeah.
But I think anyone that like takes the game super seriously would hate us. They would hate to have us in a session.
Guys, that's not a charisma check. It's a persuasion check, specifically.
Yeah,
yes, it's under the charisma tree, but it's persuasion.
Yeah, we'll make up our own classes and stuff. At the discretion of the DM. We'll ignore like travel time. A lot of times we ignore. If you have a bow and arrow, you have unlimited arrows. We don't literally make the person say every time, "Oh, I'm going to go collect my arrows." We kind of we cut out a lot of that type of stuff that I guess gets more into the realism, which I think also makes it more accessible when we have people play with us.
Yeah, because it's not like super math-based or super you have to know a lot of things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we play a very relaxed, casual version of the game. And we have some great stories because of it. It's mainly me and our friend Sean that's DM'd in the games we've played. And we have great... Hey. It's just the bathroom. Why are you standing like that? Hey.
He's like standing like, those boys are doing something on my lawn. I don't like it.
And we have great stories from both of those. I was going to say sessions, so it's more than just the two sessions, but both of those like groups. Like, I've had so much fun being both a player and a DM with you guys. And when I say fun as the DM, it's definitely a different kind of fun. It's in almost anxiety type of fun where it's like, how are they going to ruin what I've planned for today? And I deserve it because I'm at fault too in Sean's campaign. I want to... Sean's campaign has some really good stories because it was when we were first kind of learning the game, so we were probably more ridiculous then than we are now.
Oh, yeah.
Where we went into... We were murder hobos our first run.
Classic. As you typically are.
Yeah. We went to a blacksmith house, like a blacksmith shop. I forgot if we were trying to buy stuff or if we were just going in, because at that time, again, we were new, so we were like, oh, we got to explore every building in every town. Like, we had to thoroughly check every building in every town. So we went in there, though, and we met Will Smith, the blacksmith. And, of course, he wouldn't give us a discount on whatever we fucking wanted, armor or weapons or whatever. So we decided we were going to kill him. So as I forgot who was about to kill him, but as someone's about to kill him, our DM Sean did a really great thing. He did what a DM's supposed to do, and he tried to give us an opportunity to be like, hey. And so he cut us off and said, before that, though, his young daughter comes up the steps looking for her father. Because if you're really role-playing, there should be a sense of that being like, oh, what are we doing? We should stop. Without hesitation, I said I'd pull my crossbow and shoot it at her. And right between the eyes, we murdered the little girl, and then murdered the blacksmith.
Will Smith, the blacksmith.
Right, at which point, as I'm starting to tell the story, I'm realizing how bad this looks to anyone who doesn't know us. And probably the people that know us are going to look at us differently. But I went and I removed one of Will Smith the blacksmith's testicles. And I don't remember how exactly we got to this point, but it ended up getting put on a rope for Austin's character to wear through the rest of this campaign, which did get added to any time that we murdered a male enemy.
I had a testicle necklace.
Yeah. That campaign was full of... I think you are better off to tell this story.
The bugbear?
But yeah, we again, already in full testicle necklace glory, we came across a bugbear. I'm going to let Austin take away the story because it heavily involves his character. Why don't you tell the people how this fight went?
So this was like the first big baddie of the campaign that we had ever seen.
It was like our first boss fight.
And we're walking into the room and I'm like, bro, I'm going to go in naked. And they said, I'm not going to come in with you if you go in naked. And I said, bet. My character strips down naked and enters the room. And they're like, we're not kidding. We're not going in there. I said, bet. So I go in there. I literally go with the stat decreases because I had armor on. I'm 1v1ing the first boss. Like, and it's supposed to be a fight for the 4 of us or 3 of us. No,
I think it was 4 of us. It was 4 of us.
So
it might have been 5 actually, but at least 4.
I was not giving up on this bit. I go and start 1v1ing him. We're trading shots. We're fighting. I get a critical hit on the bugbear and take him down to so low. He's almost dead, but I'm almost dead too. I'm 1 hit away from dying. Like, not even a good hit, just needed to. In a desperation thing, because I can't do anything else, I jump on his head. And that's it. I'm naked. I'm on a bugbear's head. It's a great time. The bugbear gets his turn, because that's it. That's it for my turn. Our DM rolls the dice, looks at me and says, how do you want to do it? He rolled a natural 1. He was that close to dying. I said, I skull fuck him. I'm on his face. I'm there. I skull fuck it to death. The look that Sean gave me was a pure judgment, which is fair. But then he narrated. He said, the bugbear tries to get you off his face, but you start skull fucking him to death. And the bugbear dies.
He died. You won the roll.
And then we took his nut and put it right on,
right
on the necklace. It was the biggest victory.
That campaign is full of crazy stories. That is obviously my favorite and the best one. Do you remember what happened when we encountered our first dragon? It wasn't like a bull. It wasn't a full dragon. It was a baby dragon.
I don't remember the dragon. I remember Norm.
Okay. What was Norm again? I remember Norm.
Norm was another boss that we literally said, Sean, we're making him our friend. Shut up.
Oh, yeah, no. We had Norm with us for this.
Okay.
What was Norm, though? Do you remember, like, creature-wise?
He was like a rock creature with the spikes on his back.
Right.
I remember what he looks like.
We befriended Norm somehow.
We just wouldn't give up.
Sean, his downfall as a DM is he rolls very poorly. Because I think it was a dragon. I could be wrong, but it was some sort of boss. I'm almost positive it was a small green dragon. Which I stepped up and I told Sean, I'm going to scare it away. And I forgot why I had these materials on me, but I had a stick and a frog, and I speared the frog on the stick and planted it in the ground. And this isn't going to make sense, I feel like, to a good amount of people. But this is a quote from the show King of the Hill. It's an inside joke, one of our favorite episodes among me, Sean, and our other friend James that we used to watch all the time, this one clip of Dale Gribble. And basically I did exactly what he does in the show. It was a frog speared on a stick, and I went right up to this boss. I'm pretty sure it was a dragon. And in full Dale Gribble voice, I went, you thought you could come in here and kill me? Well, so did he. And you just point at the frog that's impaled and dead on the stick. And I rolled, I think he gave me a charisma roll for his intimidation, and I rolled a natural 20. And the fucking boss flew or ran off, whatever it was, because of the fucking frog impaled on a stick.
Classic.
Sean's downfall has always been that he cannot roll, now that I'm thinking about it. Sean cannot roll as a DM for some reason. We always screw him over because of
And our dice were nasty. Our dice...
Yeah, I rolled a natural 20 on that. It was incredible. We've had a lot of fun times. And you guys have really fucked up shit in my campaigns, too. I mean, We're really bad at not just killing people. I literally retconned in a feud for you because there was this same thing happened in Sean's campaign. There was this town. They go into the town. They're gonna kill everybody. So finally it comes down to this one last little kid. And Austin's gonna go kill him. And I said, fuck that. I'm putting an end to this shit. So last minute I decided this kid is a straight up killer. And this kid beat the shit out of Austin's character and dipped. And then through the rest of that campaign, he became a recurring character that I'd have come out of nowhere just to beat the shit out of Austin. At one point there was like a cloning storyline, so I finally let Austin kill him, but it turned out that was a clone of him. So that was a lot of fun.
It was tough. I had to stop being a murder hobo because I thought clones might screw me up at any time. It was an effective way.
It was super hypocritical because again I was one of the murder hobos in show, but I was like, no, I need to find a real effective way to end this, and that was my method. That campaign was kind of a mess.
That campaign was a mess. But you know what my favorite moment from that campaign was?
What?
When we got to a forest, or what seemed like a forest. There's really metal trees. And first of all, I tried burning it down, find out they're metal trees.
Yes.
And then we're sitting there figuring out what to do. Like, we're just looking at this ladder, and I'm like, come on, guys, let's just go up the ladder.
By the way, they weren't supposed to be metal trees. I needed this forest to not burn down. This forest was an essential part of the campaign.
I saw the entire,
they became metal trees because they were insisting they could burn it down.
I wanted to burn it down so bad, just so we could skip the...
They were insisting it could be burned down.
Anyhow, so now there's just a ladder. It's burning whatever was not metal, whatever's metal is left, and there's just like a tree house up there that we have to go up to. It's like a whole like Ewok thing. Like it's all connected.
That's what I based it off of.
And then so we're all just like talking about it, and I'm like, let's go up the ladder. Like, what are we doing? And I'm like, all right, my character goes up the ladder, and then Sean's character comes, and if you play Overwatch, his character was built like Reinhardt.
Reinhardt is what he based it off of.
I was like smaller. I wasn't exactly like an Overwatch character, but I was smaller. And he says, no, we're not going up the ladder yet. And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, I rolled to rip him off the ladder. I would like to go first. And he's much stronger than I, but I roll a 19. Because it's head to head now. I roll a 19, I'm like, beat that. He rolls a natural 20. And he throws me off the ladder just so he could go first. No reason, but just to do that.
Well, do you remember what you did next? So Sean goes first, and everyone follows, and because of this, Austin goes, well, I'm not coming up then. And Austin... I think eventually you came up.
I think I did.
But Austin just sat at the bottom of the tree for a good amount of time.
I was defeated.
Like several rounds of battle on top of the trees. He was down on the ground.
I couldn't kill a kid. I couldn't be a murder hobo. I couldn't go up the ladder. I was like...
You had a rough go of things in that campaign.
That was a rough go of things for me in that campaign. It was tough. I learned some things. Not to be a murder hobo.
Yeah, I literally had to make stuff to stop you guys from ruining things. Which again,
it's so fun just murdering innocent people.
No, I know. Again, I did it in Sean's campaign, so it's not super fair of me. But I was like, I need to stop this.
I like to rob the innocence of others for my own joy.
You're like an evil Robin Hood.
I take...
You take from
the poor and I give to the rich.
You take from the poor and you just keep it for yourself.
If Khajiit has coin, I have where.
Oh my god. Do you remember that? Do you remember when, not to get too off topic because I still want to talk about tabletop stuff, for like a good week, you, me, and Sean, we got Elder Scrolls Online, we're going to play this all the time.
Yeah.
I think we played it twice.
Literally. We bought not only did we buy Elder Scrolls Online, we bought the Super Elder Scrolls Online. Like at the time, the Summer's Eve, or it's not called Summer something, it's like Summer's Tale.
Not only did we get the big expanded version, it was the second time that Sean and I had bought that game. Because Sean and I, when it was brand new, we actually played it a lot, though. We played it a lot on PlayStation. Me and Sean bought it a second time on Xbox and convinced Austin to buy it. To be fair, it was also kind of a mess. Whatever we got, the DLC that came with it, it didn't start us where the game normally would have started. At least not when it first came out where it started you. It's like, it dropped us in the beginning of the DLC. Rather than the beginning of the...
Yeah, that made no sense.
So that kind of messed us up, to be fair. but it was also a time thing.
Yeah.
We bought that game and played it twice.
Yep, we wasted like $90. I'm pretty sure it was $89.99 to get everything up at the time that we bought, and we wasted $90 to play for like maybe a week.
Yeah, it was a fun idea because again, when it first came out that summer, me and Sean played it a lot. We played it a couple times a week, easily. That was really fun playing that game.
It's funny you bring that up. I saw it on Game Pass the other day, and I literally thought this exact thing. I'm like, wow, I played that for a week.
You would have loved it playing with me and Sean when it first came out. We had a lot of fun. We would just be fucking standing on top of fountains dancing with people. It was awesome. It was a good time.
I believe it. It looked like a fun game.
It was a fun game. I don't know if it's still like going, like if it's still a thing where they're still making new stuff for it and people are like playing it heavily. But it was a lot of fun.
I don't know. They keep releasing Skyrim on every single console.
I know. I don't know if they're ever going to make another one.
Yeah, they're like, well, if they're going to keep buying it, I might as well keep making it.
It's like Grand Theft Auto. Like, why would we make 6 when you're still buying 5 for new things that come out? Anytime a new console comes out, here you go. Here's GTA 5 again. Hey, man, you want the Xbox Series XYZ? Well, the first game you get is GTA 5. Did you ever play the GTA Online at all? Yeah, I hated it. Did you?
Hated it. I hate the GTA series. Hot take.
Really? I didn't know that.
Hate it. It's just like, I never found fun in it. Like, it was like, I could do exactly, it was like role-playing on a game. Like, I could do that on any game. Like, it was always the same thing. Guys, let's go do like a heist or something. Alright, let's go do a heist. Oh, friend A killed me. Oh, friend B revenged him, and now we're fighting each other for like an hour, and it was the same boring thing over and over again. Say, and the campaign sucked.
It came to a point where, when I started playing with our friends Mitch and Jay, where we were like, oh, we're going to grind money and everything. I definitely didn't have as much fun. I realized later, I definitely didn't have as much fun doing that than I did when the game first came out, and I was playing with Sean, and I think James would hop on with us, and Kevin, and like, we would just bullshit.
Yeah.
Because GTA 4 Online was a lot of fun. There wasn't any missions or anything to do in that. It was just run around and shoot the fuck out of each other.
Yeah, I was never a fan of GTA.
You would have to make your own games. I love the campaigns, too, to be fair.
The campaign for GTA 4 is really, really good. I liked the I bought the expansions for that game. I just didn't like online. Like, that was my big issue.
I loved playing the online for GTA 4 with our buddies. Because there was nothing to do, just bullshit.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, you could do that on any game. I was just like, it was such a boring game. Though? Like, not open world, but like, you could just like bullshit and talk around with like any of your guys on like Call of Duty. That's like basically what it came down to. Like, oh, you kill each other for like 2 hours, and it's like the same thing with the same 6 guns on the wheel. I couldn't do that. Guess. And GTA 5's campaign was just awful. I hated that.
I actually didn't finish it, but it was mainly a time thing. I really enjoyed it. It was just a lot. Their campaigns are just always a lot, and they're very long.
Even that, like, I just wasn't having fun. The only mission I liked was the Death Machine mission. A Death Machine mission when you're a Juggernaut robbing the bank. That was really fun. That is literally the only mission that I've considered fun in that entire game.
Okay, I guess that's just a difference of opinion, because I really enjoy using
the campaign. GTA 5, I mean, is still going strong for a reason. A lot of people enjoy it.
And 5... Again, the online in 5, I had a lot of fun in the beginning when it was just us. Like, we had, like, literally a basic apartment. I got like this little house out in the boondocks, and I had this beat up, not minivan, this beat up van that had like an ocean spray on it that we would call the shaggin' wagon. And you could make custom license plates in the game if you use the app. So I think the license was literally like wagon, like on the back.
Oh yeah.
And we would roll around in that, and like Sean and Kevin would shoot out the back because you could sit in the back and shoot out the back doors. So like that type of stuff was fun for us because like you start shit with the cops or whatever.
Yeah.
But that was fun. I had like the old shitty apartment, and then eventually I got like the nicer apartment. It was like the same one everyone got as their first nice one because they like I think it was for an anniversary or whatever. They gave like everyone $1 million or something or $2 million.
Yeah, something like that.
So everyone ended up buying like the same apartment. And then eventually, again, I guess it's hard. You have to kind of make your own fun in it for me.
I can make my fun in a lot of other games.
Grinding the actual missions was not as fun. Like when we were trying to grind. I mean, I still had a good time because I was just bullshitting with the boys and doing missions. But it definitely wasn't the same when it was so much like, oh, we gotta do this, gotta do this, gotta do this, gotta do this. Now you get, oh, look, you got money now.
Yeah.
For me, I had just as much fun when I had low rent shit. So, like, I literally I created an alter ego for my GTA character, and it was called Catman.
Well, I somehow knew that.
I can find a picture of it. I'm sure.
Why?
I'm sure I can find a picture of it and put it on screen. Hopefully I remember. Oh, when I edit this, I should be able to remember, and I should be able to find it. Where it was, I had this cat, because I made a cat mask. It was a cat mask. It was a leopard print jacket. I think the pants were leopard print too, and my shoes. And then what was the car? I think it was the Jaguar. Obviously, it was not what it's called in GTA, but it was the equivalent of a Jaguar.
Version where they had the logo.
Right, and I decked it out. It had bulletproof tires, it was all decked out. And then I think the horn was like a cat noise too. I can't fully remember. The horn was like a song, and it was literally like a whole alter ego I would make. And so that was fun to fuck around with and bullshit with the guys. I don't know. I can get where you're coming from, and this is just a difference of opinion thing.
Yeah, it really is. I don't like. I see why everyone enjoys GTA 5. Like, I understand. I just was never particularly fond of like the gameplay, or I was like, because it felt like you could bullshit around on any game. I just didn't enjoy the gameplay of GTA 5, where I could bullshit on a game like I really liked, and still get the bullshit and get both. Good, fun game for me, and then still bullshitting. But the thing is, other people find that GTA is a fun game. So like,
there's nothing else for me that compares to that type. I don't know. I know there's other open world games. For me, there's nothing that compares style and quality of GTA, of the series as a whole. It's just, even going back to like San Andreas for me. Maybe that's part of it too. Part of it's also nostalgia, I guess. A lot of people that grew up with
I really enjoyed the old ones.
Yeah, they were really good. And then I liked 4. 4's campaign was just so long that honestly, I'm not gonna lie, my only complaint about 4, as good as it was, as I got towards the end of the campaign, it really started to drag for me. As
the original campaign, or wow,
believe it or not, yeah. Just because I started getting to the end, I was like, oh my god, is it like it kept doing the side channel? I was like, oh my god, is it done yet? Like, I'm not gonna lie, I felt a little bit like that. But like Ballad of Gay Tony, Ballad of Gay Tony was a big revival with that game for me, story mode wise, because that was awesome. And then the biker gang DLC, I can't remember what that one was called, but that was really good too.
But yeah, no, I enjoyed both DLCs. I thought DLC. I like the main game though too. So many quotes. Every time I see Sean, I still say cousin.
Yeah, except it's true for you guys.
Yeah, me and Sean are like distant cousins.
Yeah, but
not very far.
5 just it was another game that had a lot going on with the 3 characters, I'll say that. But I enjoyed it a lot, man. I thought it was a lot of fun. What do you think is your favorite game of all time? I know we got very far off tabletop, and now I want to... Because now I'm curious.
Single player and multiplayer vary.
Okay, so let's say single player first.
I got shit on last week for saying this, but Dead Space 3. Dead Space 3 was so much fun to play through. Mm-hmm. I really enjoyed the campaign. I thought it was the right amount of scary. I know that a lot of people don't like jump scares as much, but like I felt like they did a good job with like the overall look of the game and stuff to still make it feel scary and they did throw in jump scares, but like I enjoyed it. And I thought it was a good game. I liked how the controls worked on an older game, because by the time I actually tried it, it was like really old already. Like it was already like 4 years old or something like that. But I just really enjoyed going through and going back, and for it to hold up after like the 4 years afterwards, I really enjoyed it. How about you?
I actually haven't seen. That's the one I haven't even played. For me, my favorite series of all time was Assassin's Creed, right up until they killed Desmond. Spoiler alert for Jesus Christ! They might have killed Desmond off a decade ago. I'm trying to remember when that game came out.
It's been a while.
No, that's dramatic. I think I was in. It definitely wasn't a decade ago. That's being dramatic, I'm pretty sure. But
it was the one before Black Flag, wasn't it?
Yeah, so actually
Black Flag was like the first game on Xbox One, and Xbox One came out 7 years ago.
So close. I'm not
so
that far
close, yeah.
But so when the Desmond storyline concluded, after that I really didn't like Black Flag, and I've learned I didn't think that was a controversial opinion. I've learned I'm apparently in the minority on that.
Oh, I love Black Flag.
Me and Sean agree that we did not like it. I think it grew on Sean. I didn't enjoy any of the boat stuff, is what it came down to, and there was too much boat stuff.
I agree. I kept my boat level 1 that entire game.
Really? See, I got to the point, though, where I couldn't beat one of the missions, and I wasn't sure if it was because my boat sucked. Or
I
maybe I just
replayed
sucked.
that last mission that you have with the boat about 80 times because I refused to learn any of the boat stuff because that was the worst thing about that game was the boat stuff.
See, that's honestly when I stopped playing, it was because I got stuck on a boat level. I couldn't beat it, and I was like, I hate
that
the
makes
boat.
Sense.
I hate the boat.
No, I hated the boat stuff too. I think they did it really poorly, but the rest of the game felt like a really fun Assassin's Creed. I really liked that it was so vibrant compared to the other ones.
I liked the one they did after it better. I think it was called Unity, where you were in Paris. I did not like the story.
Oh no!
I liked the game. The feel of that game was so much better to me, but I hated the
Oh no!
I hated the story. Yeah, I enjoyed playing it more and running around the town of Paris more than I liked running around the islands. I didn't care for the islands. I guess honestly in general I'm not a pirate guy. Pirates don't do anything.
Maybe I'm misunderstanding. I don't like pirates either, but the feel. I played Unity for 20 minutes and had to stop because they changed a core mechanic for no reason.
Which one was it?
Just running and jumping and climbing. Like every Assassin's Creed.
I think I remember liking. I don't remember them changing that. Maybe I'm saying the wrong one. Was it that the one in Paris?
Yeah.
I don't remember having an adjustment issue though.
They literally do like everything the same to Black Flag, and then you get into Unity. I played Black Flag and Unity back to back because it came on my Xbox that way. Mm-hmm. The Xbox One when I got it brand new. And it's just like, I forget exactly what the problem is, but they changed a button that had been the same for the entire series up until that point, even on the older ones. And I was like, this feels awful.
I can't remember what that is to say what it was, but I don't know. I picked up Unity, and I literally my immediate thought was, this is so much better than Black Flag. I played it so much more than Black Flag. I finished the campaign, although I think they did an awful job with that campaign. The love interest sucked. She died, and I didn't give a shit.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm not one to get, like, a super emotional game, but, like, I literally couldn't have cared. I was like, fuck her. Like, I didn't feel any connection to that love interest in that game at all. I can't even remember her name. But
I only played 20 minutes, so I can't help you.
I beat the campaign. She sucked. She died off, and I didn't care. That was just my opinion. And then,
After Unity, is it Syndicate, or is there one in between there?
I don't know. I didn't play anything after that. Unity's the last one I played. Because Desmond being gone ruined it for me. I hate, like, even in, like, that was the other thing in Black Flag I hated. I hated the outside, the Animus stuff. I hated that stupid lab thing.
Yeah, I was
again, because I didn't beat it, I didn't get the full story behind that. Desmond really connected them to me. So my favorite franchise of all time is the Desmond section of Assassin's Creed. The only thing I wish they would have done is I wish they would have made Connor 2 parts. They gave Ezio 3. I think Connor deserved 2 because that game to me, if we're talking feel, I think that's my favorite Assassin's Creed game. Just with running around and hunting and shit with Connor. I think that was and
you got to give Valhalla a try.
Doing the jumps, I probably do. I've heard good things.
Valhalla was amazing.
The jump. I'm just talking the Desmond series though, but
yeah,
the jumps through the windows and stuff in that game was so much fun. One is I mean, I could talk about Assassin's Creed for so long. Assassin's Creed 1, my only issue with it, I have 2, is it was repetitive. It was, you had to do 3, like, recon missions, but there was only, like, 4 different or 5 different types to choose from, so you're doing the same, wait, stop. So you're doing the same thing over and over again. It was like, there was a tail mission, there was a eavesdrop mission, there was a whatever type of other things. And then you would go finally assassinate the target. You'd kill him. You'd get that nice end scene where you kind of talk to him in depth. But that was all good. It was just the 3 recon missions you had to do for everyone that was so tedious and annoying. Like, it didn't need to be 3, or you could have made them different. Like, it was just, here's your 5 options, pick 3 of the 5. And you'd always pick the same 3, because I think, if I remember, there was 3 of them that were, like, the best to do. But storyline-wise, not that I can remember a lot of it, awesome. For when that game came out,
it's not that bad for that game. I was going to say Watch Dogs has that exact problem, and Watch Dogs probably came out 10 years later.
Feels great for that type of game. It was so much fun to bullshit in the city when you weren't doing the story mode and stuff like that. I could probably still go back down and play the game. My other main concern, I would have loved to be completionist on that game. It's one of the games I would have been willing. They give you 1 save slot. I refused to delete my finished save because apparently I missed dialogue outside of the... I can't remember her name. The blonde girl. It's been so long. She was through.
I actually never played 1. I started with 2.
She was in 2, 3, 4. Oh. She's out the. I don't remember if she was a love interest with Desmond. I think she kind of was, but one of the people outside the Animus. And the first one, she's like a lab assistant. I'm very fuzzy on the out of the Animus details, but I think she like helps him break out of like because they were doing tests on him. Because I remember that he was a bartender, and he somehow ended up in this lab thing. But
it's been so long since I
either
played
way,
like a main story Assassin's Creed game.
I didn't get. Apparently, one of the achievements was get every line of dialogue with her, and somehow I didn't. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna play through it again. But I really did not want to delete my save because I wasn't confident I could finish it again. Because it was. Because I also that was a game I came late to. When I played that game, I think they had already released the third game, so I think I sped run as much as I could the first two, played the third one, and then the fourth one is the one that I got like, it dropped and getting it as it drops. I think is what it was, because it was the first one was just great, and then it was I think the next one was just called Assassin's Creed 2.
It's just Assassin's Creed 2.
And then
Pretty
Brotherhood.
Sure. Yeah.
Oh,
Brotherhood's a lot of people's favorite game.
I was going to actually say Brotherhood I think is my favorite because it had the best mix of offline and online. Me and Sean, believe it or not, put in so many hours on Brotherhood online just messing around. It was so much fun. The game modes are really unique and cool. The online on Brotherhood's an awesome experience. I really wish they would have kept doing it and they did keep doing it, but like we played it in 3 and it was kind of buggy. It wasn't the same. It was funny. We had him and Kevin had this whole bit we would do with ourselves called 3 Indians on a Bench, where there was this glitch where you would sit on top of each other on the bench if you all sat on the bench at the same time. And so we would all sit on the bench, and then I think we had like a stupid fucking little jingle we would sing like when someone would walk by, and then someone would walk by like if we could tell it was a real person, we'd all pop up at the same time, and just 3 of us would like it was so weird looking and glitchy, but it was fun for that reason. Whereas Brotherhood was genuinely a fun experience to play the multiplayer. It was like tense. It was pretty cool. You would have like a target. Did you ever play it?
Brotherhood, no. I was very spotty with Assassin's Creed games. I always enjoyed them, but I came late, so I didn't want to go back to the older ones.
You would have like a target, and it would show you like the picture of the character you're looking for. But there's only like maybe 10 characters in the map you're on, so there's a bunch of those 10 characters.
Okay.
So you have to figure out which one is the one that's being controlled by a human and not the AI, and kill that one. And so if you killed an AI, I think you would lose the target, and you wouldn't be able to get the points for it. You know what I mean? And then obviously it would also tip them off, and they could run away and hide. But that's what it was. You had to find the one that was an actual person and kill them.
Okay.
But while you have a target, you are also somebody else's target. So you not only need to be hunting, you need to be blending in with the AI and making sure you don't stand out. Dude, it was so much fun. And there was a couple different game modes, but that was the one we would play the most.
That sounds fun.
Dude, it was really awesome. And then Brotherhood in general was cool. I really liked the Brotherhood mechanic, where you would call it, like you would hit a button, and all of a sudden 3 other assassins, and you like had customized their robes and stuff at your home base, but 3 other assassins jump in and just take 3 guards out. Like post campaign was so much fun to play with the Brotherhood mechanic, because you would just recruit them, you just had them, they would just come out and just murk a bunch of people. It was so cool. I did a lot of completioning in Brotherhood too. I went and I found a lot of the chests. I've never fully completed a game just because of time. It just takes so long to get everything. But like I did a lot of this shit in that game. Much like, again, I think in Assassin's Creed 1, the only achievement I didn't get was that stupid dialogue one.
Yeah, that sucks. Dude. Otherwise you would have had it.
Mm-hmm.
I've done 2. I've done the Turing test, which is a very short game, very easy to full complete. And then Saints Row 3. I did all of Saints Row 3.
Saints Row is another great series.
Yeah, they ruined it. They shot it right into the ground right after 3. 2 was serious. 3 was like, we're gonna get a kind of bit silly, but like we still got some serious. And then like 4 was like aliens.
Yep.
Aliens.
Because they decided we're gonna be different than GTA. That's what they decided. They knew they couldn't beat GTA, and instead of just accepting being the second-rate GTA, they wanted to try and be their own thing, and it did not work. No. The superpowers thing sucked. Me and Sean played it because you could play, and it was terrible. It wasn't even done well. The co-op, they didn't do. It just. It's
such a shame because Saints Row was so fun. Both those games, like you could, I would see Saints Row was a game I had more fun on, which was like it's just like GTA. It's exactly the same, but I could sit in that and have fun for hours as opposed to GTA because the difference was there was so much more at your disposal. Like you had actual cheat codes in Saints Row 3 where it's like you could turn and it wasn't like a mod or anything. It was just
Yeah.
just available for you. You could like make all the vehicles come after you, turn everyone into zombies, and like I found like all that stuff fun. It actually like changed the gameplay rather than like fighting your friends like every other time.
Yeah, I had fun with that too. But I don't know, there was a part of me that enjoyed the very minimal realism of GTA at times, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I found GTA and Saints Row, even 3, just served very different purposes.
Yeah.
But I had a lot of fun, again, playing that with friends. It's kind of like Borderlands co-op. Maybe the best co-op game ever. Because it's meant to be played co-op, and it's done so well, but you can have fun playing alone.
Mm-hmm.
But the co-op is so cool to having the 4 different characters and how you can, like, combine your powers to, like, really get ahead. That game's awesome for co-op.
I've only played once.
I played pretty deep. We didn't finish the whole thing, but I played pretty deep in with Sean, our friend James, and Sean's brother Kevin. We got pretty deep in that one. That was really fun.
That was always a game I wanted to get into because it always looked so fun, but I like just never felt like... I don't know, I felt like I never had like a group to play that one with.
It's tough. A lot of those games are tough. I think that's the best co-op game ever. And the only thing I can even think of as a contender is Left 4 Dead 2.
I was going to say Left 4 Dead 2
but
was so fun.
But I would still put Borderlands over it because it feels like a more cohesive campaign experience. Whereas to me, when I play Left 4 Dead 2, even though there's like story thrown in through the kind of like how Nazi Zombies has a story, I feel like that's similar to Left 4 Dead 2's story. I just feel like I feel like it's a shoot 'em up hack and shack, which is great, and it's great for what it is, and it's probably my second greatest all time, I'd say. But there's just something special about the way Borderlands does it.
Back 4 Blood might come for it. Back 4 Blood is more coherent.
Yeah, you said they have abilities, because that was the other thing I was going to put over. The Borderlands, you get the ability stuff. It's also a looter game, so you get to and you guys can share your loot and upgrade your equipment.
Same exact thing with Back 4 Blood. Yeah.
Maybe.
It's an upgraded version of Left 4 Dead.
It's tough because I'll probably never get to play Back 4 Blood the way I got to play Borderlands, so I'll probably never be able to give that a full chance to find out.
The homies don't game no more. Gaming fell off.
And it's hard.
Yeah.
But if I had to give you my favorite, I brought the Assassin's Creed because it's my favorite series of all time, but straight up my favorite game of all time, single player, is probably Red Dead Redemption, and I will one day finish Red Dead Redemption 2. I will do it because I love that game. That is such a again. I have so many games that I finished not because they're not good games, because it's so hard for me to find time to sit because I can't game for like 20 minutes and get off. I can't do it. I can't.
It's so hard to have that control.
A several hour block.
Yeah.
Blocked out. And working, especially because I work the overnights, it's not like I can't stay up late. There's no staying up late. I'm up. It's during the day.
You want to stay up early.
Like I can't even hide my shame. Like the people I know are also awake, and then if someone asks me what I'm doing, I gotta be like playing video games. Not doing any of the productive things I probably should be doing. I guess it's probably more of a me problem. I shouldn't have a shame issue with taking time to play video games, but I feel like it was better when I could stay up late and nobody had to know about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I will finish that game. That game, another game, I will not finish this game because it's not even on my PlayStation anymore, and as much as I love it, that one I don't have the time to get back to. Oh my god, do you remember what that game was called? It was kind of futuristic.
BioShock Infinite?
No. Newer. It was like futuristic dinos, hunting dinos. They were like
Horizon Zero Dawn.
Horizon Zero Dawn was such an incredible game, such a beautiful game. I'm never going to be able to finish that game. Just because I don't remember anything about the story anymore. I would be totally lost if I picked it up again today. I wouldn't remember any of the controls. I would be fucked if I would probably have to restart, and that's even more insane. It's a long game. That game is one of the best games. I think that was one of the best PS4 games.
PlayStation has the best exclusives. Like
was that a PlayStation?
That's a PlayStation exclusive. I'm pretty jealous. Yeah. Like that. There's realistically no reason for me to have an Xbox because I don't enjoy Halo. I never enjoyed Gears. I never enjoyed Forza or whatever. I don't even know which racing game is the Xbox's racing game. I'm pretty sure it's Forza.
It's Forza, yeah.
Meanwhile, I loved all the PlayStation. This is Uncharted, Last of Us 2.
That's always been the argument for PlayStation. I mean, recently it's getting a little looser. Like, I think MLB The Show now, you can play on Xbox. Because that was if you're a sports fan, MLB The Show, I think consistently is the best sports game in terms of quality and fan service.
I think that's fair.
From what I was actually playing it earlier today.
Oh yeah, the show.
Yeah, I was while I was eating breakfast because I'm not going to bed yet. So I was playing the show. I think I didn't tell you I bought the show because I was either going to buy Madden.
I don't think you did.
I was either going to buy Madden.
You
or
told
the
me
show,
you were between those two.
and I picked the show. So I was playing my the road to the show, and it was so cool the way they did it. Where basically in this one you're a two-way player. So I'm in the starting rotation as a pitcher, which means about every 5th game or so I'm the starting pitcher.
Okay.
And then the games I'm not, I'm playing center field. So I'm a two-way player. I'm a pitcher and a position player.
Okay.
So that was a really cool story I wasn't expecting, but I was playing that earlier today while I was eating breakfast before I lay down for a little bit. But yeah, I think now that's not an exclusive, but that was an exclusive for a long time, MLB
Yeah,
The
I don't
Show.
think so anymore.
But at least at that, Horizon Zero Dawn I didn't even realize was, I'm sure I knew, I just forgot, the Last of Us series, which I never really got into. But that's obviously an incredible, the game looks beautiful, I can't deny that. It wasn't for me. I did try playing it.
Mm-hmm. Uncharted was fun.
Yeah, like, PlayStation, that's always been the thing they've had to hold over Xbox people's heads. Which, honestly, I think it's done. I hate the exclusive thing. I get why it happens and the money that it makes, but I hate it.
It is really annoying. Like, I just want to play games.
Yeah. The only thing I can say that I do like about it is it does that thing that we were talking about in another episode that sports games don't have, and it's that Xbox and PlayStation give each other genuine competition that pushes both of them to be better. So I do enjoy that they're such... Like, I hate listening to people do it, but I love how passionate the fan bases are of each one, and how insanely they'll freaking tell somebody who has an Xbox they're stupid. I love that because it really does. That competition really pushes them to make better products.
Yeah, it makes PS4 really focus on their exclusives. They're like, this is our market. This is what we do. We have to make the best exclusives, and we're going to do that. Yeah. And they're making like a new Spider-Man, a new Wolverine. They have exclusives.
I forgot about that Spider-Man. Game.
People really love that Spider-Man game, so that's really cool.
Did. Yeah, I don't think I ever heard a bad thing about that game.
Yeah. Until Dawn was really cool. That was PS4.
Was that an exclusive? I knew.
Yeah, that was an exclusive.
I didn't play that, but I watched.
But yeah,
I watched someone else.
Overwatch. Xbox made a big play though. It's not that they're exclusive, but like they could basically say at any point, "Fuck you" to Sony, and acquiring Bethesda was a big move. That was something I would have never saw coming. That they actually acquired the entirety of Bethesda.
It also kind of scares me, but yeah, that shocked me.
Fallout, Doom.
Mm-hmm. I don't think you'll see that become Xbox exclusives. I think they would be batshit and crazy to do that.
They're gonna delay DLCs.
That I could see, and that I'm fine with. They would be insane. Oh man, the Doom game. I didn't play the most recent one, but
so good.
The original new Doom.
The original new Doom.
I played that game so much. That game was incredible. It was just fun to play. It was like I didn't give a shit about the story. It was just so much fun. They did a really incredible job with that game. Like Bethesda does so much good stuff. But oh damn! There was another game that I loved, and they made it. I didn't play the second one, but they made a second one. I don't know how to really describe it to you.
Bethesda?
Shadow of something, I think maybe.
Oh, Shadow of Mordor. Like the Lord of the Rings.
Was that Bethesda? Because that's another incredible game. If that's Bethesda too, they're really knocking that apart. But no, it was Wait, I really can't think. It was like a Asian setting, if I remember correctly, and the guy had like powers, and they were like the different type. It was like a stealth-based game, and like one of the powers, I remember, like you could turn into a rat and run through something. It's really hard. Sean would know what game I'm talking about.
I think I know what you're talking about. I played it once. I played the original. I didn't like it, so I didn't continue. But I heard good things.
It was incredible. I think that was another Bethesda game.
I know the rat game.
You know the rat game.
I know it is the rat.
I'm going to pause the timer, and let's look this up.
1 hour later.
Okay, we're back. I was talking about Dishonored. I remembered it as we were in the process of starting to look it up, and then we also checked Shadow of Mordor series, not Bethesda, but still incredible. There was, honestly, I feel like actually I'm not giving them enough credit. There was a lot of good games last gen, actually. I think I was starting to lean into saying there wasn't many.
On what, Xbox? Or?
In general. I mean, because we were talking about the PlayStation, and I was trying to say how... I thought Horizon Zero Dawn was probably the best game I played on, I guess, now last gen. And I was going to try and say there wasn't many heavy hitters, but now that we're like talking about it, I'm remembering some. There was a lot of really incredible games in this generation of console. It's a shame that like this is the transition now where we've hit that age where it's like I'm not going to know. I'm not going to know about all the new big games that come out on PS5 and Xbox One X, you said?
Series X.
I keep forgetting. Series X.
I'm hoping for a big October. For a big October.
Don't have time.
It's gaming really did fall off. Like,
also, I don't have a next-gen console yet.
Yeah,
and that's
so.
a whole other issue. It's not worth it for me to buy one. So
I just haven't been having fun on console. Like, I've been playing exclusively on PC. I haven't really been having fun with games at the moment. It's like, I play RuneScape, and that's it. And RuneScape's very grindy. It's like, it's just something you do in the background. It's not even like you're really playing. You don't, like, it satiates me. I haven't really been playing anything, and like I even have games waiting. Like I've never touched Cyberpunk from when it dropped, and I have that. I never finished the Marvel series, and I actually enjoyed that, but like I just never got back around to it. October, I'm hoping for a big return for gaming because there's some games that I'm really looking forward to. I already mentioned Back 4 Blood. The Dark Pictures Anthology is one of the most underrated video games there is.
Told me about it.
It is so fun. It is literally made by the people that made Until Dawn, but it's not a It's not a PlayStation exclusive. And it's like one of those games where your choices actually matter, where you're like watching a movie.
Told me about it a lot.
Just really fun, really good horror, really good thinking. Like you have to think of what's actually happening and stuff like that.
Yeah.
There's one more game that I'm forgetting that I'm excited. Oh, Battlefield 2042. It's a AAA game, obviously, and I'm not usually as excited anymore. Like Call of Duty Vanguard could go fuck right off. I don't give a fuck.
I haven't played a COD in a long time.
Yeah, it's just like they're all boring now. But that's just me being in. These damn kids and their fork and knife.
Did you ever try the Call of Duty Did you ever try the Call of Duty Arena game? The battle arena? I can't even think of the genre now.
Oh, like that's like Fortnite?
The Fortnite. What's
Warzone?
that genre called? Yeah, Warzone.
Battle Royale.
Battle Royale.
Yeah, I played a lot of Warzone. I actually played Warzone 2 nights ago.
Did you like it?
It was alright.
I played it when my brother had it, and it was just the gulag. It was all stupid to me.
Battle Royales are just like dead for me. Like they came.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, it was like the year of the Battle Royale. Fortnite was fun, and then...
I don't care what anyone says. Do you know what peak Battle Royale was? Period. Peak.
Oh, please don't say Daisy.
Peak Battle Royale, and it peaked so early. I don't care what anybody says. Battle Royale peaked with Minecraft Hunger Games. And I will stand by that opinion.
No, Minecraft Hunger Games.
I will stand by that opinion until the day I die. That is the best Battle Royale game.
That was really fun.
Peak.
I really
for
enjoyed
the
Hunger
time.
Games.
Now I'm sure it would not be this thing, but for the time,
I still think so. I'd play Minecraft Hunger
I'm
Games
saying,
right
I don't
now,
know
but
if
I wouldn't play anything else. Hypixel shut down though.
Yeah. Well, don't you remember the one we did on Xbox? We literally and creative mode was not on Xbox yet. Me, Richard, Austin, our friend James, our friend Sean. We would use there was a furnace glitch to duplicate stuff.
I wasn't actually part of this.
Because you weren't part of Build. Did you ever play on it with us? You definitely played in there.
So.
No, you don't know. Okay, so there wasn't creative mode in the game yet. This was pre-creative mode getting introduced, and we would use the fucking glitch to get more stuff, to get more glass and shit. Because I literally wanted to make a whole dome, no creative mode, so no flying or anything. Built a glass dome over the set of islands. Had to build the islands myself, and again in survival mode.
Yeah,
dug out little hidden treasure chests and shit, and then obviously we had to save and reset it every time. And obviously after a couple times playing, everybody knew where the different pieces of loot were.
Yeah.
But that was awesome. And then when creative mode came out, we would make our own. That was peak for me, was when we would make our own Hunger Games. Because I would love doing that, making the Hunger Games arenas for us to play in.
I never did that.
Dude, Xbox Hunger Games was so much
War.
fun.
I had a lot of fun with War.
War was a lot of fun. It was just hard to get people into it, and it was so much prep work that we would give each other for so little.
Yeah, so little at the end.
War, what we would do is we would say, let's say hypothetically, you'd break into teams, and each team would have half an hour. We'd go into separate Xbox parties. Hey, you have half an hour to get whatever resources you can get, and then make armor weapons out of that. And then the battle phase began. You would go find the other team. And it was just a war. You would basically just go until the other team claimed mercy. And we didn't even play if you're dead, you're dead. Which we probably should have done, like, oh, you have 3 lives or something. But, like, we straight up were just like, no, we play until the other team says mercy, basically.
Yeah.
And that was a lot of fun. But it was hard to get people to want to play it because it definitely was it
was time consuming. Like,
yeah, it was a lot of
usually it was, like, more like an hour or an hour and a half.
Yeah, because we would always want to extend it. So we'd probably take an hour of prep time, and then it'd be, like, 5-10 minutes of fighting most.
Yeah.
So
yeah, all that for.
I understand people not wanting to play it. That war was fun. We could probably just tell Minecraft stories all day. I mean, Minecraft. had a good run, and I'd say I would probably still
It's
have
still
fun.
going.
I would still have fun if we hopped on. I mean, even years after the Xbox Minecraft days, we did a realm with some of our friends, and then they didn't want to play anymore because we were whooping their ass unintentionally.
That was so sad. I was having so much fun with you.
That was such a good server.
They were so mad
So-
because we were outclassing them so
It's
hard.
their own fault. We could have all had a community together. They had their little setup, so me and Austin bounced. We made our little setup. The problem was, me and Austin we were like that. So we had the coolest shit, the coolest enchantment. Here's the good thing about me and Austin as a team. We're good at opposite aspects of the game. So it made like the perfect team where he basically did all like the labor. I was the housewife. I built our houses and shit. I was good with the redstone, so I made us some dope redstone contraptions. Do you remember I made it so that when he came back with resources, he would throw it into this one chest, and then it would filter out into our underground like safe, and it would sort it out into like where it should be, like so that everything was together.
Yeah.
And then so he would do like all that type of work and shit. He'd go kill shit to like get enchantments and stuff. So like we were just good at opposite parts of the game. So we had sick loadouts. So finally one day we were just it started just pranking each other. And then it became like an actual war, and we demolished them like 2 or 3 times, and they didn't want to play anymore. We basically bullied them out of Minecraft. And then, again, fast forward a couple more years, on Xbox One, we made a realm. Oh man, that realm's a lot of fun. Man, that's a good realm. I enjoyed my house in that Xbox realm. Do you remember the one I'm talking about?
I'm trying to think.
It was mainly with John and that group.
Oh! Yeah, I remember that one because there's a big thing in the sky that
There was a big thing in the sky.
that will not be discussed.
No, it got struck by lightning, funnily enough, and
And
burned
that-
away because it was made of wool.
I was so sad about that.
I was so proud of that. So again, because I like building and homemaking, I had built at spawn a grand central station, I called it. So it was covered above ground. You would go so the monsters couldn't get in. You go underground, and it was like a subway. It was this cool station.
I loved that server.
It was this cool station I built, and I made tunnels to everybody's house, and I was eventually going to make tunnels to key areas we might want to revisit, like maybe a cool biome that was far away. And I laid down rail lines, and I took
creative. I don't know if you said
no
that.
creative, no creative. And I got those resources that everyone hates, so I had to always come back earlier for my mining trips because this. But I kept the diorite, the granite, and what was the other one? Andesite. And I would make it polished, which made it take even more. And that's what I would line the tunnels with. And each tunnel was like a different one. So it literally looked like, if you've ever been to New York City, it looked like if the subway lines were clean. But yeah, it straight up looked like a legit subway line. It had like the nice granite and stuff going all throughout it. It was so cool. Actually, if you've ever been on the New Jersey Transit, that's probably better because funnily enough, the New Jersey Transit is pretty clean. Yeah, which, all the trash coming through there. It's funny.
Yeah, fair.
But that was so much fun. Honestly, that might be my favorite Minecraft server.
That was really good.
Because I put in so much work. I had an aquarium in that one.
Yeah.
I had a list of
You built a fence around your entire house.
Yeah.
Completely. And you bred horses to get the fastest
Yes,
horses.
I forgot I had that house, and then I remember I started building the new one, and that's where the aquarium is. I started building a little ranch house.
Yeah.
And that's where I was going to keep the horses and stuff. Yeah, I had cool horses too. I forgot about I was in the middle. I was horse breeding, trying to get the perfect horse. I forgot about that too.
I had never been into redstone. I always wanted to be. I spent 2.5 hours, 3 hours making a hidden double staircase. No creative again, so if you fuck up with obsidian, you have to move it. And
it takes quite a while.
It didn't work the first time. I messed up the first time, so I had to go back and see what I messed up. But I loved that. I had never made, and I was so proud of it. Everything was hidden. The double staircase would come out. Mm-hmm. You couldn't see a single thing of, and it was how I got into my caves. Mm-hmm. I really loved that server.
Yep.
I really loved that house.
A realm just makes it so much better too, because I always think about them I should make a solo world, but it doesn't hit the same. No. It's not the same as
making
when you
a community.
Yeah, the community. That's what it's like. Again, that's why I wanted to do the subway, because it was so cool. Because again, it goes both. It went both ways. So I could get on the thing from my house. It would stop at Grand Central Station, and then I labeled everything too. And then I could just be like, oh, let me go visit Austin's house. I just go over to Austin's, throw my cart down, and go off because I used redstone on it too. obviously, so it would go. And I think I literally got one to everybody's house. I just hadn't started doing it to like the key areas yet. But that I put so much work into that.
Yeah, it was really nice.
I went through so many pickaxes. Obviously, you helped me out, giving me some extra resources. Cause
yeah, my house was the farthest.
Yeah.
So.
Plus, I wasn't mining because I was using whatever I was mining was I was getting from there, and it wasn't that deep, so you're not getting good stuff.
Yeah. Yep.
That was a great realm.
Yeah.
I really just think it was people just kind of burnt out on it.
I'm currently in a burnt out stage of Minecraft. I played modern Minecraft probably about 9 months ago.
Yeah, I mean, talking about it makes me want to play it again, but like,
I know I'm just not gonna have the time.
That's what it comes down to. It's like because you have to pay for the. I think it's like what $4, but
yeah.
But paying $4 for literally nothing for not using it.
Yeah.
Minecraft's a really underrated game. I think it gets too much shit, or at least I would say.
I think
maybe not anymore. I think now Fortnite's the new thing to shit on.
Yeah.
I think Minecraft has kind of just been forgotten a little bit.
Yeah.
But Minecraft's such a good game. Like, they keep adding random shit to it too. I'm sure I know. Every time I look at it, it's like new stuff.
Yeah.
But that realm, I think that was by far my favorite like Minecraft world we ever had, because so much went into that. They had so much cool stuff in that. It's a genuinely fun one. We should, like, one random day if we both have time, we should revive it. Like, again, it's only $4 just to walk around it again and look around.
Yeah, just see around. That'd be cool.
It would be. Yeah, it's a good game. Seriously, if you guys have like, if anyone's watching and you have like a group of friends that like games together, I genuinely recommend like doing a fucking Minecraft realm together just for the fuck of it.
Yeah, you'll have a really good month, and then you'll be done with it.
Right. The other thing is the reason you do a realm, by the way, because obviously if you're on Xbox, you can just create a world and invite people to it. With the realm, nobody has to be on. When you do a world on Minecraft, so if he started a world, he would have to physically be on for us to join it. The host has to be on.
Also crossplay.
That too, yeah. That's why you would do a realm for crossplay, and so that even if
you could
he's
just get
off,
on whenever.
Yeah, anybody was able to go on. So if you're wondering why would you do a realm? That's why. Plus, if you're a PC player, creating a world and just inviting somebody because it's not through Steam or anything.
Yeah.
You really have to use a realm if you're a PC player. Which actually we did. We played on PC. The first realm we did, the one where we made them noobs quit.
Yeah, that was PC. That was my first ever one.
That's all right. If there's people listening to like a group of friends a game, I'm jealous. That's what I recommend though. Minecraft's great for any size group. If you have like a nice core group of 4, Borderlands. What's it called? Back 4 Blood.
Back 4 Blood.
Back 4 Blood. Because I honestly, and even if you want to go retro, Left 4 Dead 2 holds up.
Yeah.
I haven't played it in a while, but I promise you it holds up.
Back 4 Blood, unfortunately, isn't out yet, but soon.
Oh, was it just like a beta thing you were telling me?
Yeah, I was on beta.
So when
it comes out in October.
When that comes out, and if you want to go retro, dude, I promise you Left 4 Dead 2 will still hold up. I think those are 3 great representation. I think those are 3 great examples of things you do. Minecraft, Borderlands 1 or 2. Borderlands 1 in my mind will still hold up.
I never played that one.
2 or 3. Borderlands 2 still. I don't know if 1 would still hold up, but Borderlands 2, I promise you that will still hold up. And 3, I haven't gotten to play myself. I wanted to get it and play it with Katie, but it's just a time thing.
Yeah.
No, I promise you Borderlands 2 will hold up, and I'm sure 3 is great just because those people they do such a great job making those games. And then Left 4 Dead / Back 4 Blood when it drops, and Minecraft is great for co-op. I think we're good on time, right? I think we went pretty long. What's that time you're looking at?
We're looking at just under an hour, 30 seconds to an hour.
All right. So some stuff will be cut out a little bit, but I think we should still be over the 45-minute mark, which is my goal for these, between 45 and an hour.
Yeah.
Is there anything you wanted to add in closing?
So, I forgot what I was going to advertise for this one, so I'm going to go and say, play Betrayal. The board game. Betrayal at House on the Hill. If you don't want to play video games with your friends, get together, have a board game night. I know it's tough sometimes because you get like that guy that's like, this seems hard. But Betrayal at House on the Hill is really easy to learn and a really fun tabletop game. So that's what I'm going to advertise for today. What are you looking for to advertise? You're looking for something.
Yeah, if you can tell, I'm looking around because I haven't decided yet. Because should I have come prepared? Yeah, and do I literally have a list of things I was mentally keeping in my head for this very moment? Yeah.
That's literally what I got to. I was like, I had something for this moment, for this exact episode. I can't remember it.
Children. Not for the children. Okay? So, I'm going to give 2 things here. Okay? for the children. Let's start with that. This honey is fantastic. Very healthy for you. Put in your tea. It's a little dusty, this honey, because I have another bottle that I've been using. But, or if you just, honestly, if you just eat a spoonful of it, it's, like, really good for you. Just, like, one little spoonful a day. Or I put it in my tea instead of sugar, which is great. But this one, I'm pretty sure you can only get if you're in New York. I don't think this is, like, a global brand. This is made in the Hamptons.
I think it's, I think it's just local.
Right, I don't think they ship past New York. But any type of natural honey is what you want. You want some. What you always want to look for too is at the top. You want to look for like crystallization, because that means that there's not a bunch of added shit to it. But honey, it's really good for you. Now, children, look away. If you're into cigars, our buddy Mitch. This is my makeshift humidor that I have a moisture pack in, and I keep track of the moisture of them. But our buddy Mitch put me onto this cigar, and it's one of my favorites now. And it's called Fat Bottom Betty. I don't know if you can see that, but
Fat Bottom Girls.
It's made by the same company. I can't remember what the company name is, and which one's the brands, but it's made by the same people that make a lot of my other favorite cigars. There's another one that I guess I'll do an additional cigar plug. The Java, it just straight up tastes like chocolate, and it's fantastic. But our buddy Mitch put me on to the Fat Bottom Betties, and it is if you like cigars, I cannot recommend it enough, which is why I now have a case of them that I got. Fantastic.
I say the children should learn early.
Do not look. Do not look, children.
Look right now.
Children.
Stare at me.
Children.
Nicotine.
Children.
Cigarettes.
Children. Be healthy.
Drugs. Do drugs. No one offers you free drugs in real life.
Drink water.
No one offers you
Have
free
some
drugs.
honey.
If they do, you say yes immediately.
He's not wrong, actually. You will never... I promise you will never be offered free drugs.
No.
That's not a real thing.
No, unless you've never tried weed, and then you tell someone that really likes weed.
You gotta be... I guess that's true, but you're not gonna get... After that, that works once, the problem.
And that works once. I mean, you can pull it off again to someone else. I never tried weed. Dude, you gotta try the sativa. Right?
The sativa. You're not gonna get hard... You're not gonna get hard drugs for free.
No, they're very expensive. Crack cocaine is
Dare
a lot.
lied to us. I don't know if they had Dare, but
I think it's global. Not global, like national.
no. Either way, your drug program in school lied to you. No random guy's gonna offer you free crack. It doesn't happen. Fun lesson for the kids. We'll see you soon. If you want to find intellectuals, you go to Buffalo, New York. That's just a fact.